What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Sunday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And we're back after a winning day, but it's been a losing week. So I did not know what we did on Friday night. It was no good. We went 0-3. So that's put us into a nasty little hole here where I'm going to need to go 3-0 today in order to have a winning week. 2-1 won't get it done. Now, we destroyed April. So I told you that the cool down in May was probably going to happen, and we're pretty much flat for the entire month of May. So, not up, not down, which isn't horrible, but it's not what we want, obviously. But as I've always said, I'm not going to win every week. I'm not going to win every month. We had a pretty good year. In particular, a pretty good second quarter. Not a great first quarter, but a very good second quarter for us. Last night, a couple of laughers. We got to go, oh, geez, sorry. Let's put those things on the screen. Sorry, we need to do that before we talk about anything else. There is the one I'm trying to put up. So that there's the Saturday results. Twins and the Royals score 9, so we missed that. But easy over in Minnesota and OKC, easy over in Carolina and Florida. So a 2-1 day, up 0.9 units for us with that. And it's always good when we get a little bit of momentum heading into Sunday because I hate Sundays. Sundays are hard. I really don't like betting baseball on Sundays. I really don't like betting anything on Sundays, to be quite honest. But we have to because that's the gig, right? It's the job. And there's 2 playoff games, so I would be betting, obviously. It's a Sunday playoff game. So we're jumping in on hockey, we're jumping in on basketball, and we're going to jump in here with you for baseball. But Sunday night baseball, we're going to jump in with that here for us coming up today. But before we do anything, let me remind you about the offer going on right now for BettingPros Premium. You're going to go and download the app. And when you do so, you're going to use the code JUICE to get a 7-day free trial. This is easy. On the app, you download it. It's free. With Sportsbook Sync, automatically track your bets across all major sportsbooks in one spot. Easily monitor your bet performance by sport, bet type, including game picks, props, and parlays. You can create a betting system. More on that here in just 1 second. And you can get that code JUICE for a 7-day free trial of BettingPros Premium when you hit the upgrade screen for you to be able to go and access things like the prop bet cheat sheet and the prop bet analyzer, 2 things I use quite a bit when it comes to betting on props. So check it out. Download the BettingPros app, use Sportsbook Sync, and that code JUICE for a 7-day free trial of BettingPros Premium. I mentioned that we've got the systems. Have you checked out what you can get with BettingPros systems? It's a tool that's designed to help you find winning strategies and make smarter bets. You can customize your betting systems by sport, by bet type, and time frame to find the best opportunities using real-time data and expert analysis. Track your performance on different betting systems over time and optimize your bets to increase your chances of success. Download the BettingPros app today. Go to bettingpros.com/systems to elevate your betting strategy and to make smarter bets using the BettingPros app. All right, let's first get into a little basketball. So, we missed on the over for the Knicks and the Pacers by a point. It fell 223. That doesn't mean I'm going to be discouraged about coming right back and betting the over. We hit it in game 1. It's 2-0 Indiana. All you Knicks fans, quiet. That sound, it's silence. Maybe you should celebrate before you actually win something, but like I asked everybody, if the Knicks are so happy and so overwhelmed and jubilant about being in the championship Eastern Conference Finals, are they hanging a banner if they lose? Like, serious question. If the Knicks lose this series, and they are monster dogs to win this series now, they are huge underdogs, losing the first 2 games at home, the first game in horrific fashion, and I mean horrific fashion, maybe biggest choke in NBA playoff history. You can talk about them being able to come back. They're $4 dogs to come back. Now, if they win game 3, different story, but they lose this, they're down 3-0, and it's shut the lights out. The Knicks are over. So for winning a second-round series, are the Knicks going to hang a banner? My guess is no. So that's why it was a little bit too much. That's why we said, maybe you shouldn't be talking so much. But anyways, this game. In the regular season, and it's the regular season, but in the regular season, on the road, the Knicks were one of the more high-scoring teams on the road this year in the NBA. Knicks scored a bunch. They were averaging about 113 points per game on the road this year. For home games, for home teams, Indiana was 5th in the NBA in home scoring. They averaged about 118 points per game. If we get that again, we're going over 223. That's the total, is 223. It fell 225. Sorry, 220. No, it fell 223 in the last game, right? We bet over 224. I'm just going to bet it again. I mean, if I lose it, I lose it. Like, so be it. But again, pace of play, 3-point shooting, I'm going to stick with what my eyes are telling me. What my eyes are telling me is that was a slow first quarter, and that's why the game did not go over. But, look what happened in the game last night between Minnesota and OKC. I mean, you can see it. You can see the offense. You can see the Pacers, the 3-point shooting, the home crowd. I don't mind laying it with Indiana. I think there's a decent shot they win the game, but I think the over is better. I mean, the line's 2, so you have a small price in Indiana. I don't hate it, but I think you may even in-game that and get plus money on Indiana. Knicks are going to play for their lives. We know that, right? And because of that, I think they play more up-tempo. I think they play faster. Indiana wants to play fast. Over 223 between Indiana and the Knicks. We'll bet it again for a third consecutive game. I know it's kind of like a rinse and repeat thing, but over 223 coming in here with that. Bet number 2. Let's talk about the Stars and Game 3 against the Oilers. This game is in Edmonton. So the Stars are an interesting team. So they obviously scored a bunch of goals in the Game 1, and they got blanked in Game 2. Blanked at home. I expect a much better game out of Dallas. Zigzag theory applies here to me. These teams are very closely matched. Game 2 goes to Edmonton. I think Game 3 goes to Dallas. So Dallas won Game 3 against Colorado on the road. They won it 2-1 in overtime. They won the first game on the road at Winnipeg, which was Game 1. They won that 3-2. And so they've had success when they go to the opposing team's barn for the first time in the series. I don't hate a play on the under. I don't hate that. If you want to say the game's going to be a 3-2 final, I can absolutely see it being a 3-2 final. The total is 6.5. So you want to play the under, it's minus 125. I don't hate that. But because I need to make up a little ground here, rather than play a total, I want to play a side. And I think Dallas wins. And I get plus money. I get good plus money. I get plus 140 on Dallas to go to Edmonton and take Game 3. I think they're going to. I think the goaltending will be better. I think the power play will be better. I think Mikko Rantanen will be better. He was pretty much a ghost in Game 2. I think he will be better here in Game 3. And Edmonton's known to give up a ton of goals at home, so that's what scares me from an over perspective. I mean, Skinner was great in Game 2, but in a shutout situation. But I want to see what happens here in Game number 3. I think Dallas will be far more aggressive. I'll take Dallas on the money line to win Game 3 at plus 140 for 1 unit. And finally, we go to Sunday Night Baseball. Kodai Senga is on the bump for the Mets. At home this year, the Mets with Senga, he's got a .44 ERA, a 2-1 record, in 20 and a third innings worth of work, 18 hits, 1 earned run given up, an opposing batting average of 240, 21 Ks in 20 and a third innings worth of work for Kodai Senga. Here's the fun thing about this. Well, not fun, but the last time we bet this, remember Logan Webb? Remember when Logan Webb was unbelievable at home and he got racked? It is always scary to fade the Dodgers. I'm not going to lie. But there's just something up with this Dodgers team, okay? This Dodgers team on the road is 13-12. They lost yesterday to the Mets. This is the rubber game of the 3-game set. It is Sunday Night Baseball. You know there's going to be a ton of energy in the building for this. This is going to feel like a playoff game. Soto had a big hit yesterday. Mets rallied to win the game 5-2. Fading the Dodgers is scary, like I mentioned, but they've been on the road. They've been a little bit questionable. I mean, they split a series on the road to the Diamondbacks, 2-2. They They lost a game on the road to the Marlins. They lost a game on the road to the Braves. I mean, they've just been sort of scuffling here when it comes to being on the road. They're just not the same team in terms of just their firepower and what they're capable of doing. At home, they're a formidable opponent, obviously. And they're going to throw not a horrible starter in Landon Knack, but he's been hit pretty good. 4 earned runs and 5 earned runs in his last 2 starts. Now, those were home games. On the road, it was a 10-1 win in his last start against Miami. He went 5 and gave up 0 earned runs. Against Washington on the road, they won the game 6-5, 2 1/3 innings worth of work. He gave up 5 earned runs. So he hasn't been great. On the road, he has an ERA of 4.82, but he's 2-0. At home, he has a 7.07 ERA, 0-1, with an opposing batting average of 293. On the road, it's 250, 5 earned runs in 9 1/3 innings worth of work. So it's not horrific, but I'm going to go ahead and take the home team here. On Sunday Night Baseball, I'm going to take the team that I think is going to be playing with a lot of energy. I'll take the Mets. I'll lay the minus 135 on the money line. We'll go New York Mets to win this game. So our plays for today, Pacers, Knicks over 223. We'll play that again for 1.1 units. Stars on the money line at plus 140 for 1 unit. And the Mets on the money line at minus 132 for 1.32 units. Like I mentioned, hopefully we sweep. If we do, we'll have a winning week. If we don't, it'll be a down week in our first losing week of the month of May. But we'll start a new one coming up tomorrow and hopefully make up for the ground we lost here coming up this week. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.